Perfect.
Okay. So let's begin, I guess. I'll try and be quick with the earlier bosses, especially ones like this, because it's very easy. But yeah. So first one we're gonna face is the Tarragrue. Before we even pull though, and I assume it's going to be the same when it goes live. But there's going to be like a load of trash around the arena, and you basically kill all this trash. And there's these 4 big mobs around the place who drop Can you guys still hear me, or has everyone just gone quiet?
Yeah, we can.
Everyone's quiet listening.
There's no GIF on this page, Dennis, by the way.
Okay.
I didn't think to add them there. This is just a screenshot. But yeah, and these mobs drop anima orbs just like in Torghast, and you get a selection of 3 powers per orb. It's random, so you won't get the same each week. But I'm fairly certain with at least on heroic we'll get at least one of each. But there's like basically only one power which is of any use really anyway. Which is called the Ever Beating Heart, which gives you stun and fear immunity, and I'll explain that or why that's important in a sec. Other than that, you just want to take, like I said, the utility one, basically that, and there is a one which like spell steals in rages as well. That one's quite useful, but not that important. Other than that, then you just want to take ones which make you do big damage, and then off the next in the priority list is defensive, and then there's one troll at least power which makes you big and knock people back. Not a very good power to have in my opinion.
The one that knocks people back, can you take that if you've got the 90% reduced AoE? Because then you don't need to go in the wide circles, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So the mechanics on this fight, the sort of base ones are these little fear circles, 5-yard radius around everyone. And when dispelled, they will fear anyone in the circle. Pretty self-evident how to deal with that. And then there's the chain, which is probably the main thing that's going to kill people. But you can see here, one person will get this little arrow above their head. And then after, I think, 5 or 6 seconds, the boss will yeet a chain at them. And it will hit the first person between the boss and them. And it will try and stun them, and if they get stunned, when the stun like falls off, you will be instantly killed. It's like instant death. It's not just big damage. However, if you have some kind of stun immunity, it won't hit you, or it will hit you and do a bit of damage, but it won't stun you. Therefore, you won't die. So the aim of the game here is to either immune it. As you can see here, it says no immunity having ass, and then you just have someone either with the power, the Ever Beating Heart, stand in the way, or you have like a hunter or a mage or whatever to ice block it. If you are a DK, you can Icebound Fortitude. I think Bop works. You know, we have plenty of options, but in my opinion, the best thing to do is the Ever Beating Heart. And then you just go to a set location, or just everyone be mindful of where that person is, so you don't accidentally take the chain. Then other than that, the only other thing in this raid is the remnants. So as you can see here, these little circles will spawn, one on heroic, and you'll get 2 at a time on mythic. One of them pulses fire damage. One of them makes you take increased magic damage. One of them makes you take increased physical damage. And the way you make them go away is you stand in them and you soak 5 stacks from it, and you get a debuff which either makes you take fire damage, you take increased physical damage, or you take increased magical damage. You basically just need someone in there to soak it every time. Like I said, on Mythic, you soak 2 at once, and these debuffs are permanent. But the way you'll do this is probably just have tanks always take the magic ones, because they don't take magic damage at all in this fight. Then you just divide the physical and fire ones out between the rest of the raid evenly, just making sure, you know, we get in there as fast as we can so it doesn't tick on the whole raid. And I think you can maybe immune soak it with things like AMS, but I don't know, it was kind of unclear. Then there's like this random magic ticking debuff, which is where we don't really want the normal people, non-tanks rather, taking the magic one. Then the only other thing is Hungering Mist. I don't have a picture of it here, but it's basically just going to be a bunch of safe spots you run to. And that's it. The end of the fight is going to be... at 10%, he'll lift us all up in the air, remove our powers, and then we just kill him. He just like one-shots people, and whoever has aggro So tanks just kite as long as you can. And it's just a lost on pull. And that's heroic and mythic. Any questions on this one before we move on? Definite one shot.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go to the next one.